Hello, my friend. Do we have some news for you this week? Lots of things happening in the beauty space. Top news today is Jaclyn Cosmetics is coming out with lipsticks. And normally with the regular everyday brand coming out with lipsticks, so what? But Jaclyn Cosmetics is a different story. So we're going to be talking about that. We'll also be talking about some big beauty news with Unilever banning the word normal from their packaging and why, and also with Garnier becoming Leaping Bunny certified, and finally Rihanna may be coming out with Fenty Hair. All of that and so much more. If that sounds interesting to you, hang tight. We're getting into that right now. So let's jump right into Jaclyn Cosmetics. Like I mentioned, Jaclyn Cosmetics, started by YouTuber and influencer Jaclyn Hill, is coming out with lipsticks. If you were not around for the original lipstick launch, let's just say there were issues. If you are not familiar with the full situation, I will leave some video links down below so you can get all caught up. But let's start with where Jaclyn started, which was a launch video on Instagram. It was kind of a little teaser, and this is what she said. Quote, "A lot of people say that when one door closes, another one opens. And I disagree, because sometimes you have to break that door down." She also said that releasing her new makeup is, quote, "the most anticipated, exciting, and nerve-wracking thing that she's ever done." She ends the teaser with, "So I say, own your mistakes, own who you are, and be pout-spoken." And that's the name of the line. It's lip liners, it's liquid lipsticks, and they are called pout-spoken. She did release a launch video on Friday where she talked about some of the details of the launch, and she also said, quote, "I wish I could literally delete that time in my life," speaking about the lipstick launch, the original one. "But it did happen, and the only way that I could overcome it is by doing this, taking a moment to really realize that is part of my story. Yes, I lost followers. Yes, I lost trust. Yes, I handled it very improperly, but you know what? It is part of my story. You live, you learn, you grow, and I'm here to earn your trust, and I'm here to earn your respect, and that starts with new lip products for Jaclyn Cosmetics." That part really resonated with me because I do believe that people can learn and change and grow and be better people. And let's be honest, the lipstick launch was 2 years ago. Is there a chance that Jaclyn has learned from the experience and grown? Yes. Unfortunately, she does have a history of behaviors and choices that proved her to be untrustworthy, and it wasn't just the lipstick launch. It was many other things before that. Again, I'm going to link some resources. I'm not going to go into everything right now. I'm not going to just list them all out, but I'll list some resources for you in the description box in case you want to read more. My point is that this isn't the first time that Jaclyn has proved to be untrustworthy and then come back and said, "I'm going to do better." But could this be the time that she actually does better? Absolutely, 100%, and I am rooting for this launch to be better. Another thing she said at the end of the video that resonated with me was, she said, quote, "The quality control has been, bitch, you have no idea. I don't know if any other brand out there has a quality control team like mine is now. That's where all my money is going because I'm like, it's never going to happen again." So, time will tell. We will all see. Details about the launch: it's 15 liquid lipsticks, they're $20 each, and then there's 12 lip liners, they're $18 each. And she said specifically that the lip liners don't necessarily match one-to-one with the liquid lipsticks, that you can mix and match and use whichever ones with whichever lipsticks that you want. Another thing that I thought was interesting and I thought was really smart of her was that she took from the shades of her original lip launch and she transferred them into the new formulas. And personally, I had purchased them and I had reviewed them, and that was one thing I had noticed, is that I really liked the shades, and I was terribly sad when people were coming out with problems with their lipsticks that I personally hadn't had. So it makes me really happy that she decided she was going to take some of the old shades and bring them in to the new formula. I was a little sad though to hear that she didn't name them the same names. The only one that's close is the one that she named for her mom, but the rest rest of them are very different. So I kind of wish that I knew which ones were which. I guess I can just look at the swatches and figure it out for myself. But I really did like those shades, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm thinking about maybe purchasing some of the new line because I really did like them. I really did like the shades, and I'm very curious how it's going to come out. They are releasing on March 18th at 11 a.m. PST, and they're going to be available at Ulta in May. I am so curious to hear your thoughts down below. I know some people believe that she has already had too many chances, that she has had many launches where she has deceived or not told the whole truth or left information out. Can she be trusted? I know some people don't believe she can. Some people believe that even Jaclyn can learn from her mistakes. I'd love to know your thoughts in a kind way down below. So this is very interesting. Rihanna has filed for trademark for Fenty Hair. Not surprised. Such a smart idea. BuzzFeed reported, but it is not confirmed by Rihanna or Fenty at this point. It's been filed for categories of hair glitter, non-medicated hair care preparations, non-medicated dandruff shampoo, hair relaxing preparations, and hair waving preparations. That doesn't mean that these are the specific products she's definitely going to come out with, but those are things that she could come out with. The trademark also seeks to cover hair bleaching preparations, hair styling preparations, and non-medicated hair restoration lotions. So I will be keeping my eyes on this, getting you as much information as quickly as possible. As soon as we hear anything about Fenty Hair, we will be talking about it here in What's Up in Makeup. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Another very interesting move by a very big brand. This is Unilever, and they're banning the word normal from their packaging. Because the question is what is normal anyway? Like when we're talking about people, what is normal? And if you're not normal, are you bad? Are you abnormal? And that's why they've changed this. So products like normal to dry hair, normal to oily skin, all of that will be removed from their packaging. Complete thing of the past for everything under the Unilever umbrella. So that includes brands like Noxzema, Dove, Pond's, Suave, and Vaseline. It's gonna affect over 200 products that are sold globally over all of their brands. So you might be asking yourself, what does that mean then? So if something says normal to damaged hair, what will it say now? It's going to say something like damage repair. If it's for normal to dry hair, it might say something like moisturizing. It's focusing on the function of the product rather than targeting who it's for and trusting the customer to know, hey, I need moisture in my hair, therefore this moisturizing shampoo may be something that I want. They've also promised to stop digitally enhancing their photos, as well as, quote, increasing the number of advertisements portraying people from diverse groups who are underrepresented. In addition to that, they're also focusing on not just doing less harm, but also doing more good. And they're doing that by participating in environmental protection initiatives, as well as supporting a global ban on animal testing. This is a very interesting quote from their Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Beauty and Personal Care at Unilever. Her name, hopefully I say it correctly, is Essie Eggleston-Bracey. She told Allure, quote, "It's not for us to judge what's normal. We're here to provide the best products to meet your needs and care for yourself." She continues, "How you care for yourself is a choice, and in our offerings, we will not define a standard of what is normal." There is an interesting video on the positive beauty campaign that they're doing. I'll link that down below if you want to learn more. I think that this positive language is a really good thing. I think some people are probably going to say, well, what, it doesn't even matter. It's just packaging. But when you see that you are abnormal all the time, that feeds into your subconscious and maybe may make you feel just a little bit more sad. And nobody needs to feel just a little bit more sad. So I think that it is great to embrace who we are naturally, and I'm happy about the change. Would love to know your thoughts down in the comments. Big news for Garnier micellar water lovers everywhere and other Garnier products. They have now become Leaping Bunny certified cruelty-free as of March 9th. And this is a big deal. This is a bigger deal than becoming PETA certified cruelty-free because you have to do quite a bit in order for Leaping Bunny to give you the certification. And they have been working on this, according to Cruelty Free International and the spokespeople from Garnier, for many, many months, making sure that their supply supply chain is completely 100% cruelty-free. They secured a declaration from more than 500 suppliers who source more than 3,000 different ingredients from across the world. They are now one of the largest companies to be cruelty-free, according to Cruelty Free International. The last time this happened was when CoverGirl did it, and it was a huge deal. Michelle Thu, who is Cruelty Free International's CEO, said that she hoped that Garnier doing this would send a message to big suppliers everywhere that big brands are going to stop buying from them if they don't go cruelty-free. It is important to note that Garnier is owned by L'Oreal, which is not a cruelty-free parent company. But Thu was asked by Cosmetic Design if she thought more L'Oreal brands would be going cruelty-free, and she said that she was hopeful of that. She said, quote, "We would love to work with every business to give them the tools they need to demonstrate their cruelty-free status and have that transparency and conversation with consumers." This is happening because consumers are demanding it, because the money talks. So if you are a cruelty-free consumer, the choices that you have made are making a difference, and cruelty-free is spreading not just here at Garnier, but worldwide. We've talked about it in the past with China changing some of their regulations and some of their ways that brands are selling in China. So possibly some brands will be able to sell in China and not be tested on animals. I will link that video from What's Up in Makeup from a few weeks ago if you want to hear about that. This may seem like a small step to some people, but this is a big step in the right direction. I have an update for you. We talked again a few weeks ago about Sephora expanding their locations within Kohl's. We have an update for that. This is the largest store expansion in their 21-year history in the United States. There's going to be 60 freestanding client-centric locations added, as well as 200 locations opening up inside Kohl's stores. The standalone Sephora locations will begin opening this month in the Pacific Northwest, Florida, Texas, and cities like Los Angeles and Nashville. The new stores are going to feature some new lighting enhancements, quote, for a better quality experience. There are 29 states that will be the first to get their Kohl's Sephora locations later this year. The sites include Greater Los Angeles, Chicago, Minneapolis, and sites in New York, New Jersey, Ohio, and Wisconsin. The sites inside Kohl's are going to be 2,500 square feet, and they're inside existing Kohl's locations. I will link a full list of those exact locations down below so you can see whether Sephora is coming to a Kohl's near you. And they also recently rolled out a service that's very similar to what Ulta provides, which is the buy online, pick up in store service. And that's going to be available in all freestanding Sephora locations by April of 2021. So Sephora is moving. They're pushing through. Good job, Sephora. Keep it going. All right, moving on to the product report. I was so excited about this next product, I took a break from writing the script to purchase one. This is Hank & Henry Fashion. If you're not familiar with Hank & Henry, he is an influencer, has had a makeup line for a while, and now has introduced handbags. Bags are all vegan. They're made from recycled polyurethane, recycled plastic bottles, and recycled fabrics. The bag has their signature owl on it, or the Hank & Henry logo molded onto the hardware and inside the lining. There's 5 styles to choose from and 4 different colors in each style. Prices range from $50 to $65. When I get one, I will definitely show you when I get mine in the mail. I got one of the crossbody ones and I am really excited about it. These are so incredibly beautiful. All right, Moira Cosmetics Ombre Blush. They come in 8 different colorways. Absolutely gorgeous between the ombre and the print. Just beautiful. They're $9 each, which also surprised me because they look much more expensive than that. They also have a palette called the Blooming Series palette coming. When I went to film, the full shots weren't available. The prices weren't available. They're probably available now. Definitely check their site for more details on those. Now, Haus Labs also released a brow pencil, and I don't normally talk too much about brow pencils, but the shade range was really good on this, so I wanted to mention it. 13 shades, $20. That's a lot of shades, especially if you're a redhead. I know a lot of redheads have trouble finding a brow shade, so that is awesome. Speaking of liners, Makeup Geek is releasing their first pencil liner. They're called the Full Spectrum Eyeliners. There's 9 different shades: Ultramarine, Obsidian, Slate, Ivory, Espresso, Royal, Midnight, Nude, and Plumeria. Another really exciting launch from Hindash. We talked about it last week that it was coming. Now we have photos of everything. It is called Beautopsy, and it is a palette, but it is a multi-use palette. He calls it a buildable pressed pigment gradient palette that consists of vegan multi-use shades that can be used as eyeshadow, blush, contour, highlight, eyeliner, and brow powders. And he said that it was important to him that they worked on all skin tones and that the pans were big enough to dip an eyeshadow brush or a blush brush into them. I did read that the price on these is $70, but I didn't read that from Hindash. I didn't write down where I saw that, but I think that it's gonna be $70, and it really does look like a true artist palette with the gradient and the amount of things that Hindash talked about you can do in his launch video. It's a little beyond, I think, my skill level, but if you have a higher skill level, you might be able to get a lot more use out of this. I just don't think I'm that creative, but who knows? Maybe I can figure out how to use this. Maybe I'll watch some tutorials and purchase it because it really does look cool. The release date hasn't been announced yet, but it should be sometime later this month. What is already out though, Lights Lacquer's Spring 2021 collection has launched. The It Was All a Dream collection, $52 for the bundle of 6 polishes, or you can get them individually at $9.50 each. Just beautiful spring shades. And one shade is called One of Your French Girls, and that just... Melt has some new cream blushes coming out. It seems like all the cream and liquid blushes are coming out lately. Natural and pearl textures, smooth, radiant finish is how they're advertised. They can be applied to the cheeks and lips, and they even said some of them can be used as eyeshadows. There's 8 shades altogether, $22 each, or you can get a bundle of all 8 of them for $155. Moving over to some drugstore prices, Milani's Skin Fresh Cherry Collection launched only, I believe, on their website. I may have missed it on another website or in store, but I know it's definitely on the Milani website. Priced from $3.99 to $14.99. There's a baked blush, a cream blush, a lip tint, a lip balm, a lip gloss, a lip scrub. There's a setting spray, a radiance oil, and a brightening mask, and also an eye sheet mask. I'm personally a big fan of a lot of the products from the Supercharged collection that they sent over, so really excited to try the Cherry collection as well. Speaking of cream and liquid blushes, Makeup Revolution launched their Super Dewy liquid blushes. There's 4 shades, $7 each, and they do have a buy 2 get 1 free deal on their website right now if you're interested in those. Now, this is a little nostalgia for some people. I was a little old for Rugrats, but I know some people in my audience love Rugrats, so here we go. Taste Beauty NYC collabed with Rugrats. They're only available at Walmart. When I checked, only one of the lip glosses was sold out. So they have an eyeshadow palette. It's $12.99. And then the 3 lip glosses, Chucky, Tommy, and then the Reptar one was the one that was sold out. I don't know why the Tommy one's only $4.97 and the other 2 are $7.99. Not sure what happened there, but I do feel a little sad for Tommy. Is he just not loved? Like, why do they make, I don't know. Morphe 2 is coming out with a concealer. They've brought back an ad campaign with Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio. The Hide and Peak Concealer is $12. It launches through Morphe.com on March 16th and March 23rd in Morphe stores. They are launching with 15 shades, and for the formula, they say it's a lightweight to medium coverage, natural finish, and it's intended for concealing and brightening. Have you tried anything from Morphe 2? I would love to know in the comments. Another fandom that I know a lot of people love that I'm not as familiar with, this seems to be a theme here on What's Up in Makeup, the Maybelline and Sailor Moon collection. Unfortunately, this line is only available at Amazon in Japan right now, so if you're in Japan, yay! If you're not, hopefully it'll come to your country at some point, but it is available for pre-order. Amazon Japan, 4 Superstar Matte Inks, and a Lashionista mascara, as well as a Hyper Sharp liquid eyeliner. Do you think I've heard of the next fandom? If you guessed no, you are absolutely right. And I'm probably gonna butcher it because there was nowhere I could hear this being pronounced. The Mac and Cacao Friends? It's cartoon characters based on the Cacao Talk emoticons? I don't know, I'm sorry. I feel so dumb not knowing, but I don't. There's 6 lipstick shades based on each character's personality. If you want to see these, there are videos on YouTube to learn more about them. Now available for purchase online at MAC. They're $20 each. Something I do know about, because we've been talking about it for 2 weeks, the Natasha Denona Circle Logo palette is finally releasing. We finally have information from Natasha Denona on this. Palette's going to be at Beautylish and Sephora on March 15th, but they are available for pre-order now at Natasha Denona's website. They are the ones with the larger pans, so we are getting that bigger price point at $129. Ciate is releasing an interesting product. It is the Dewy Skin Glass Glow Skin Tint. It's coming out in 10 shades, $32. They call it a semi-sheer and ultra dewy formula. I don't know if I remember Ciate ever coming out with something like this. Sounds very interesting. Also very interesting, some things happening over at Tarte. The Shape Tape Glow Powder. There's only 3 shades available, $29 each. They call it a golden hour in a powder. They say that it is a powder version of their Glow Wand, that it's oil absorbing, there's no glitter or shimmer. It seems like it's kind of their answer, their version of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, so maybe that's why there aren't that many shades. Ba-dum-bum-ching. Another strange sort of launch. I guess if you didn't know this, then you're thinking it's a launch, but it actually launched 3 months ago on QVC, the Ultra Creamy Concealer. It's now at Ulta and on Tarte's website. Lots of reviews already on YouTube from 3 months ago if you're curious about it. $25, it does come in 35 shades, online and in stores March 14th, and touted as being more moisturizing than the original Shape Tape. It also says it doesn't settle into lines, which was a complaint about the original Shape Tape. So very interesting launch, but not new. It's been out for a minute. Moving over to Sephora, Armani and Dior have launched their spring lines over there. So the Armani Luminous Silk Glow Setting Powder, $64, coming in 10 shades. The Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancing Highlighter, 6 shades, $44. They say it can be used as a liquid highlighter, a bronzer, or a blush. And then from Dior, the Backstage Face and Body Powder, No Powder. They say that it reduces shine, sets makeup, and warms complexion. 10 shades, $40 there. The Forever Perfect Fix Setting Sprays, $42. And then the Forever Skin Veil Primer, $48. They say it corrects, illuminates, and evens the look of skin in one step. None of this seemed unique in any way. And it's interesting how I am noticing that about these products, but I haven't really felt that about the other products we've talked about so far. Like, I feel like these are just so basic compared to other things we've talked about and some other things that are coming up in just a minute. I don't know. How do you feel about it? I know a lot of people had big feelings about the new Fenty shade of the Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in Thick Mint for deep skin tones. I know that brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. Absolutely beautiful. Coming soon to Sephora, but already at Ulta, which I thought was super weird. When this goes live, it may be available at Sephora too, but the KVD Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Hydrating Foundation Balm. Because they're a Kendo brand, so you'd think that they would launch over with their parent company LVMH over at Sephora first. I don't know. Maybe it was just when I looked at the websites and it's available everywhere now. $38 there. There are 39 shades listed. They say it's a buildable, full coverage, hydrating foundation balm with a lightweight longwear formula and a fresh matte finish. And it is in fully recyclable packaging, which I thought was super cool. New brand Ulta Beauty. I was so interested in these products. I actually bought a bunch of it to do a full brand review of some of the things that I found most interesting. It's called Undone Beauty. The brand has been out for a while, but they're new to Ulta. There's 18 products available at Ulta right now. Says they are all about minimalist beauty with major benefits. I'm very curious about those claims. Prices range from $9.50 to $14 per product, so we're talking drugstore prices here. The most interesting products to me were the eyeshadow palettes. $14, there's 2 different colorways. They say you can use as a dry powder for smoky soft textures or a wet powder for defined liquid lines. Then there's the Flaw Lush Brow Fill Plus Fluff Duo. It's got a marker tip, a brow pen on one side, and then a brow gel on the other side. They're $12. It does come in 3 shades. And then the Lip to Cheek Cream Palette, $10. It does come with 3 shades in each palette, and there's 8 colorways available. Now, the weirdest one, though, has to be this one. This is the bronzer stick, and I'm confused. Because when you look at the stick, it looks really deep, but then when you look at the shades, when you click on them, they look very light. So what is happening here? What is happening? Is this something that can be built up? Is this a mistake? So I ordered one and I will let you know. They are $10 each if you'd like to order one and find out too. All right, PR purchase of the week this week. Not a whole lot coming into my life this week, but I do want to mention what's on my eyes today. It's a different palette from the Sigma collection that just came out. This is the Ivy palette. This is what I have all over my lids today. I've pretty much used almost all of these. In my crease, this one, this one, this one. On my lid, this one, this one, this one, this one. These are the only two. Oh, you know what? I use this on my lower lash lines. The only one I don't have on my eyes today is this one. One thing that I wanted to mention about this is a very deep palette. It doesn't necessarily look that way. The only light shade that's in here is this one here. This is definitely the lightest. This one, when you swatch it, it looks totally different than what's in the pan. Let me show you. Hopefully it comes off on camera okay. And then I'll swatch this one since it's on my finger. The one on the edge, it looks totally different. So just be aware that when it goes on the skin, it is a little bit deeper. So that may be a plus or a negative for you. But I did want to mention it. I also wanted to swatch this one here called Elixir just because it's beautiful. This is what's on the outer corner of my eyes. It does have a black base behind it. So some people that's going to be a positive. Some people may not like that, but it's really, really pretty. Very blendable, very easy to use, very Sigma palettes. They make me happy. I also used on my cheek today, I kind of showed this a little bit earlier. This is the Milani Supercharged Lip and Cheek Multi-Stick. Did I mention this was PR? PR. This is what I put on my cheeks today, and when I put it on initially, it was like way too pigmented for me. That was my fault. I just put on too much, but I wanted to show you just how pigmented this shade is if that is a big plus for you. Like I can imagine so many people this would look beautiful on, but I was able to sheer it out and make it work for me, and it's just a really nice, creamy, hydrating formula. I also wanted to show you this. This is purchase. I've just started playing with this. This is the Suva Beauty toppers. These are very interesting. They're kind of powdery, which I didn't expect. I expected them to be a little bit creamier, but they've got these really nice iridescent colors to them. You see how they're a little bit chunky in the swatch? They're a little chunky to use with a brush too, but they're so pretty. And if you remember the advertising on these, it was absolutely gorgeous. So if you're looking for something like this, they're really fun to use. I'm still kind of getting used to using them, so I'm not sure if I have a full solid review in my head yet, but they are fun to play with. All right, we've got some notable sales this week. Too Faced has their semi-annual sale up to 50% off. When I looked, there was a ton of stuff still there. Hopefully there still is when you get over there. Kohl's beauty event is happening right now. It ends March 21st, up to 20% off the entire beauty and fragrances department. So if you're interested in that, check that out. Dose of Colors has a buy one, get one sale going on, but it does end tonight. So make sure you jump over there if you want that one. 30% off all foundations or 20% off sale items at the 100% Pure website. Whole Foods has their 25% off beauty products now through March 16th, but there are restrictions that do apply. Urban Decay, 30% off site-wide for their Friends and Fanatics sale. Use code FANATICS30 for 30% off, or Friends 25 for 25% off, I believe. 25% off Algenist ends March 21st, and another Friends and Family sale happening over at Bliss, 30% off site-wide. Use code BLOOM30 at checkout. And then the Sephora Spring Savings event dates have been announced, April 9th to 12th, and you're gonna get 10 to 20% off depending on your Beauty Insider status. So mark your calendars for that. But the one thing you don't necessarily need to mark your calendars for, because it just started today, the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I do plan on doing some content with this. They did just put everything out, so I haven't been able to put anything up yet. It's not going to be like last time because there just wasn't an interest in me going over every single product, but I do want to put out some information for you, some recommendations, don't recommend, so look out for those on the channel this week. Let's talk about what's coming. Today, look for deals from IT Cosmetics, Stila, and Clinique. Tomorrow, Monday, Smashbox, MAC, Peach and Lily, and Murad. Tuesday is Shiseido, Cera Vital, Cover FX, and Kate Somerville. Wednesday, Strivectin, Juice Beauty. Mott's for Tots, and select women-founded brands. Thursday is going to be Elemis, Urban Decay, Lancome, Bare Minerals, and Perricone MD. Friday, It Brushes for Ulta, Becca, highlighters, Philosophy, Select Beauty Tools, and Select Eye Products. And then on Saturday, Too Faced, Tula, Tarte, and Nabla. I will link the full list of everything down below for you. And finally, we have our artist shout out of the week. This week, I want to thank Nylon for introducing me to Dylan Davis. Let's check out some of his looks. So he captioned this one, "He loves me, he loves me not." And for me, it's all about the flower placement, and I absolutely love it. Just the whole composition is just so incredibly beautiful. Second up, he captioned this, "My face looks like I am a jewel thief." Looks really cool with the jewels dripping down. The placement of the jewels, just it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I also loved the addition of the black ombre lip. He does a lot of ombre lips like that. They look super cool. It adds just that little edge to this beautiful, more glamorous look. And then finally, this one he captioned, "Roses are red, violets are blue," again with the flower placement. Holy moly. And I also love how he uses his hair as kind of an accessory for the makeup. Just so cool, so cool. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the spiky green lashes. I mean, for real. They're incredible. I will link his Instagram down below in case you would like to give it a follow, as well as the Nylon article where they interviewed him about his talent and makeup artistry. And that, my friend, was what's up in makeup this week. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much, as always, to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook Hunters. Thank you so, so much for all of your submissions this week. I appreciate you more than I could ever express. Thank you so much for taking the time to contribute. So many of you over there. Oh my gosh, it blows me away every week how many people are submitting over there. Thank you so much. And to my OGs that have been here with me for years, thank you. There was a time when there were only about 4 or 5 people posting things in the Hunters group, and they're all still there. But now we just have so many more friends joining us, so I'm just over the moon happy about the Hunters group. So thank you all so much for being there. If you would like to join, I will leave the link to the group down below. Chat today is at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I hope that you can join us, hang out, let's talk about what's happening in the community. I have a feeling we're gonna spend some time on the Jaclyn Cosmetics launch, because that's something that's heavy on my noggin, as Bailey Sarian would say. If you can't join us, if you have stuff to do, it is no problem at all. You can always check out chat on the replay by going to subscription feed if you're subscribed, or you can go to my channel page, click on my videos, and then click on the video titled Live Chat. Thank you again so much for joining us for What's Up in Makeup this week. I appreciate you. If for some reason you are not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you go. But if you are not ready to go, it is absolutely no problem at all. YouTube should be recommending a couple of videos over here, right there for you, including last week's episode if you missed it. But if it is your time to go, it's no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you. I'll see you in a video very, very soon.